Hi guys, and welcome back to a new tutorial. And today I like to take the theme again out of the cam. I did already a tutorial some month ago. I will link it above in the info box. But what does out of the cam mean? It's very simple explained. I will take pictures directly out of the camera that you don't need any editing skills later on. You don't need any editing tool later on like Photoshop or Lightroom. You will have a finished image directly out of the camera, and that's very cool. I really love this effect. Of course, if you take your pictures in RAW files, you have to develop your images later on, but normally you don't need any editing tool for this tutorial, and that's very cool. So let's go ahead after my intro. Start with a picture idea. My picture idea is very simple explained. I played around with my lens here like every photographer do sometimes, and I was looking on the back on my lens and was thinking, okay, the metal ring here looks very cool and shiny, and also if you look through the lens you will see the world upside down like a glass ball effect, and this is very cool. So let's take pictures of the lens with the camera with the lens, and I think this is a cool idea, but also you don't have a complete sharp image, because either you have a sharp lens but the look through the lens will be a bit blurry, or you have it in the other way. And of course, sure, you can handle this with Photoshop, but this is not a Photoshop tutorial, so you have to live with a bit blurriness, but I think this will be okay. So let's go ahead with the materials. First you need a lens to take pictures of a lens, and here I have my 45mm focus fixed lens from Olympus, and then you need the cool underground, and here I have an oil torch, and the cool effect is here I have a wavy mold on top that my lens don't run away. You can use every underground you like to, and then I have here a big thick paper in color black, and there you have only to cut a hole in the size of a lens. And then for background or looking through the lens, you need only a smartphone, a digital image frame, or a laptop, etc. It's very important that it's a light panel with pictures on it, and my smartphone here will be enough. And then I have here some books for stabilization later on for my smartphone, and then I have here a light panel in RGB LED lights, and to get a cool light effect on my backside of the lens. And if you don't have this special panels, you can also use a flashlight with color photos in front of it. And that's all my items, so let's go ahead with the setup. First you have to cut a hole inside of the black paper in the same size your lens is, and then you have to place the lens inside of the black paper, and please make sure that no light will be available around the lens, so it is really opaque, because we like to have later on the light from our smartphone only through the lens and not around the lens, and the black sheet here is only to avoid the light from the smartphone. And then you have to place your lens on top of a cool item. In my case I use here this beautiful flashlight, and also make sure that your lens don't run away and fall. For safety, maybe you can also use some clay to fix it. And in the back I use some books for lifting up my smartphone, and also for stabilization that my smartphone don't fall. And on top I will place my smartphone on the books, and also on screen I have here later on a beautiful image showing, and also change in the settings the screen time to a long time. By Samsung I can change it in the settings to 10 minutes. And then if you have all here in the correct position, you can take your pictures in a long exposure. Camera settings will follow soon, and then you have only to take your light and make some round movements around the end of your lens, but also take care that you don't make this movements here, because then you will have a reflection inside of your lens, and this will maybe ruin the complete image. And that's all, so let's go ahead with my camera settings. My camera settings are as follows. I choose the manual mode, focus manually, and I focus directly here on the edge of the glass, and then I switch off the image stabilization because I did my pictures with a tripod, and my ISO was by 200. My exposure time was between 6 and 10 seconds, and my aperture was completely closed, in my case by 22. And my light panel was between 1 and 10%, and also I choose the party mode, the RGB switching light mode here in this panel, and that's all. So let's go ahead with my results. I think the results of an out of the cam picture are very cool. Of course, in combination with Photoshop and 2 pics, you can get better results and sharper images, but I think for an out of the cam pic, it's very cool. And if you like this tutorial, please share it in the world. And I think we will see us in my next tutorial. So good light. Ciao.